Alright, here we
All
go.
right.
Welcome to the first match of Hofstra Esports Draft League Season 1. Here we have Hunter against Delta. Hunter starting with Milotic and Regieleki against the Gastrodon and Infernape lead.
Very interesting lead
Armando,
from both parties here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
you definitely.
starting off.
What do you guys think stands out about this lead?
To be honest,
Aleki kind of can't do anything with Gastrodon there. Like, that guy only learns electric moves, and with Gastrodon there as a ground type, it really can't do much.
yeah, I'm guessing.
So I have a feeling that Aleki will probably be switching this turn. Milotic,
Yeah.
Milotic, I would actually no, it can't attack Infernape. In the chance that Gastrodon has Storm Drain, that would up its special attack, causing some things to potentially snowball for Hunter. So really, Delta here has the better lead here.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And if I were a betting man, I'd say that Gastrodon is definitely packing Storm Drain.
Oh, for sure.
How about you, Armando? What are your thoughts?
I think Hunter is a very smart guy, and I think he definitely packed a very funny Terra type for Regieleki. It could be grass, it could be ice, because ice electric is just such a good damage.
Ooh, we could.
Yeah,
That's right.
that
Terra
Volt
Blast.
Beam coverage is crazy, but the thing is, I don't know if he's ready to commit turn one,
Yeah,
game one.
It's very hard to commit to Terra type, but I think.
Yeah,
Hunter's
although
a
something
very-
like a grass Terra Blast could be devastating here, though.
Yeah.
But I think overall.
Alright, let's go into turn one. See what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens turn one. Ooh, goes.
Oh.
Yeah, we do see
You
the grass
predicted
Terra.
Ooh, immediately.
Oh,
That's
and the
terrible.
crit too?
That
Wow.
crit did not matter, but Gastrodon goes down in one shot. But
Also the
Infernape
Grass
does
Knot.
get a good 60% out of Grass Knot.
That's a
That's a 2
skull.
KO. And it manages to live the Scald. Leftovers.
No
really.
burn, because fire types can't be burned, but still, Infernape here is living
now
at
if
such low HP that it really can't do much.
Unless it's running Mach Punch, and also now we're seeing Delta bringing out his King Gambit.
I think the King Gambit's a pretty smart play because I feel like Melodic
Yeah.
is definitely, or either of these Pokemon are packing speed control, either in Electro Web or Icy Wind, and you really can't do that in front of King Gambit.
The interesting thing though is that Hunter, the interesting thing is that Hunter knows exactly what ability that this King Gambit is bringing, because one Pokemon is down, so Supreme Overlord would have procced, and Pressure reveals itself on switch in, so it has to be Defiant. So he's gonna play knowing. If he's a good player, he's gonna play knowing that.
Yeah. Also, I don't really think Defiant even has like that much value at a glance here, unless something like an Icy Wind or Electro Web comes out.
Especially since we know that Hunter has an Intimidator in Arcanine, but he chose not to bring it this game, so Defiant might not do as much as Delta hoped.
Though, even without its ability, though, King Gambit is still a fearsome foe to behold.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All of his cards are named after One Piece characters.
I don't think Jabba the Hutt's from One Piece.
Have you seen One Piece?
I have. It's not from One Piece.
Darn.
I think you guys just haven't watched that episode.
No joke.
I think this turn, Joel either opts for the Protect on Infernape here, because I feel like it's just obvious trying to get the KO, and King Gambit's gonna go for attack on either Milotic. Probably Milotic if I were to take a guess, because Regieleki's not gonna get killed by the Dark or Steel Stab move.
I could see
I think
Milotic
it's actually a
going
good
for
play
Scald on either of these threats, because King Gambit getting burnt pretty much neuters it, and then obviously getting the kill on Infernape.
Let's go for Scald and then just letting Aleki kill Infernape, I think, would be the smart play here.
How's the speed on Melodic compared to
Max
146?
I would guess around like 100 speed. Infernape is gonna be outspeeding it. And
112.
King Gambit
Okay.
can speed it, but we'll see how much speed investment.
Yeah, I definitely use Aleki to kill Infernape.
Yeah.
So let's see how it goes.
Why go for the Protect here?
Protect, alright.
Melodic
Let's see
protects,
Electro Web.
and we've
Ooh,
seen
Electro
Electro
Web.
Web. There's
But he's proccing the
Defiance.
Defiant in doing so. That Kingambit could be very scary, but he protects.
But that's why you use protect in doubles, my friends.
Ooh, Gardevoir getting the
And competitive Gardevoir comes out.
Ooh, that
Thanks to
competitive
Trey.
Gardevoir is very scary, actually.
Yeah, thanks to Trey.
If that Electro Web happens, it basically becomes Kingambit too.
Yeah, and Gambit did manage to tank that Thunderbolt.
Yeah, this could be a.
While having its
This could go very
time to
poorly for
attack.
Hunter if he makes the wrong plays here.
Yeah, Starry let it play a little bit low skill first this turn. Ooh, goes for the trick.
Rick,
Giving it a choice.
And the Gardevoir gets the
Ooh,
focus
the haze
dash.
comes out.
the haze,
That means it doesn't get the KO. The haze.
and Milotic lives.
Yeah, that mattered. That haze was big.
Huge haze right there.
Big for the...
Yeah, Hunter's in a very good position.
Does manage to get a little bit of heal from leftovers. Not that that will really matter at this stage. Though these also being Delta's last 2 months, and Hunter still having yet to lose any, he's in a strong position.
Oh yeah, you're right. I completely lost track of that.
Yeah, Hunter just gets
Yeah.
the-
Also, Alecki is now choice scarfed.
Yeah. The fastest Mon in the game becomes the fasterest Mon in the game.
Yeah, but you also cannot kill Gardevoir without a double up now, thanks to it getting focus sash from that trick.
Yeah.
Mind. But do you really want to commit to a double up on that when there's a Kingambit on the field?
Yeah.
Gambit no longer with its +2 attack here.
But then again, I could see Hunter going for something like that, considering he has ample Pokemon to make a sacrifice.
Yeah, and into Grass Terra Alecki, Gardevoir might be the bigger threat, actually.
Let's see what plays out here.
Yeah. That Mystical Fire could go very interesting if it has that.
Ooh, opting to protect again. Going for the Thunderbolt, getting rid of the King.
Ooh, and there goes Kingambit.
And Gambit leaving Gardevoir up.
Ooh,
Goes
2%.
for Moonblast.
2% live!
Very interesting. I wasn't sure if Gardevoir would have like Fire Blast or something or not.
Usually I
thinking,
would
but
see it
that-
running
but I'm
Mystical
surprised
Fire,
that lived,
since I'm
though.
pretty sure that's a spread move, but
Right, yeah, Mystical
You're wrong.
Fire.
I am surprised.
Yeah, and there's the Fairy Terra on Gardevoir.
I mean, that makes sense. He's on his last Mon. It would make
Yeah.
sense to Terra just to get that extra power boost.
Yeah, just get as much damage out as you can.
Some players here. Let's see what.
Yeah, problem is the speed.
Yeah, the speed. Let's see what plays out. Ooh, lives with the Thunderbolt.
They
And
will
there
focus
goes
that protection,
Lucky.
though.
Does it not know
Not
Dazzling
going for the Gleam.
Ooh, the recover.
Gleam would have been way better there.
And Hunter still has 3 Pokemon left.
Oh, it's
as
Scizor. He's on
comes
4.
out.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's probably game 1.
Yeah.
Bullet punch.
Bullet punch, yeah.
Yep.
Bullet
Yep,
punch.
there we go.
That does it. Game 1 goes to Hunter.
Yeah, I think Joel was very well positioned there. It's just his wrong choice, like going into the protect Melodic, which he could have really done. And then not having
Yeah.
Dazzling Gleam on Gardevoir kind of did not help
Or
there.
at least not using it if he
Yeah.
didn't have it, yeah. I mean, Dazzling Gleam would have picked up a double there. Although then it still wouldn't have really been able to do anything into Scizor anyway, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's head into game 2.
Let's see the
In
leads.
2 here, we're
Message
seeing
and Dragonite.
Let's get
Interesting.
Dragonite this time. Against
Ooh, we've got-
Barraskewda and Thunder Asterion, so
We've got
2
completely
very
different leads
leads from
here.
game 1 we're seeing. Daniel, what are your thoughts on these leads from our players?
This is obviously, it seems like both players have a very different game plan going into game 2 than game 1. So I'm interested to see how this goes.
Yeah.
How about you, Armando? Anything of note stand out?
I feel like with Dragonite on the field, I feel like we're going to be seeing some Terra normal extreme speeds here, considering last turn, Hunter wasn't afraid of Terra turn 1. So I feel like this could be a more hyper-aggressive playstyle, considering...
Good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah, because I
And
can
Mesprit's
definitely
kind of a
see
wild
Delta
card
going
here.
for the aggressive electric attack onto Dragonite, so I'd want to Terra that anyway.
I mean, then again, Dragon does resist, and he does have multiscale. So it's only doing neutral damage and less than normal. Or he could have multi-skill, rather. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Dragonite has multiple abilities that are very worth using. I mean, Inner Focus is very big in doubles on Dragonite as well.
Yeah, I feel like, say, on Jules' end, he could be going for an Ice Fang onto Dragonite and go immediately for the KO. Maybe a Crunch into the Mespirit.
Oh yeah, I could definitely see Barraskewda going for that really fast Ice Fang if it has it.
Thunder's going for an Electro Web if it has it, or just a more offensive attack onto either of these Pokemon during the field. Or maybe
Yeah, I like the idea of electrowebbing. Then again, Barraskewda is the fastest thing, like, pretty much in this game. It's well, that'd be lucky, I guess. I mean, they want to save your speed control for when dealing with that, because you don't really need it if you have Barraskewda out right now.
Let's see what happens turn one here. Ooh, opting switch out to King Gambit.
The switch to Gambit.
Ooh.
Ooh,
There's that
Paranormal
Paranormal. Extreme Speed 1 hit
Paranormal
KOs
E-Speed
that
takes out
Barraskewda.
Barraskewda immediately,
Bye
and the
bye,
light
fish.
screen going up.
Ooh.
And
Yeah,
out
Virtual
comes
very aggressive
Gastrodon.
here.
Well,
The
I think we
interesting
could
thing-
say that this Mesprit is not going to be using Thunderbolt this turn.
Yeah.
But considering Hunter's type coverage with a Lecky, I wouldn't be surprised if this is running the Energy Ball. I assume it gets Energy Ball or something to kill Gastrodon.
Yeah, it can definitely have Energy Ball. To be honest, I'm not really sure what Gastrodon really does here, other than maybe like threatening an Ice Beam at Dragonite, but Dragonite's not even weak to it anymore.
Yeah. It could go for a stab Earth Power or a stab Surf, but Surf could also be hitting King Gambit as well.
Yeah, the Gambit.
I could see it going for Earth Power on Dragonite. Now that it's not immune.
I'm wondering if Gastrodon even tanks Terranormal Extreme Speed. Because it might take one. Depends on how defense EV'd it is.
Yeah, it depends on the EV spread.
King
Yeah.
Gambit is threatening this Mespirit a lot with his presence. I wouldn't be surprised if...
It feels like a lot's already happened this game, but it's only turn 2, the start of turn 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you have to get a big read here to turn the tide of the momentum going on here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We'll see what plays out turn 2. Ooh, switching to Scizor. Smart.
We see Mesprit swapping for Scizor.
Ooh, does
E-Speed.
Yeah,
Ooh, he
it's
does
speed.
live, but
That's a 2-hit.
he's at less than a quarter.
Gastrodon is a
My
bulky boy.
God!
That crit barely does not kill. That has to be a damage roll. Scizor
That has to be a
barely hanging
roll.
on from a critical hit Kowtow Cleave.
Scizor hang on for
And-
dear life right now.
And Dragonite, and as we said, Ice Beam barely does anything into Dragonite right now. After
Yeah,
that Terra.
especially if that has multi-scale.
Oh yeah, especially...
Yes, based on that, it looks like it might be. It might actually be multi-scale, especially given the lack of intimidation on the other side. I think that would make sense.
Here, but I feel like King Gambit is still very well positioned for this. I mean, Scizor could go into like X Scizor or something, but it would have to set up a Swords Dance before it could even start doing damage to it.
Yeah, bro, that is just unlucky from Delta's end of that critical hit not KOing Scizor somehow.
Yeah, I don't see how you remove Dragonite. I guess King Gambit could go for Brick Break if it's carrying it, but I highly doubt. We've only seen Kowtow Cleave, I believe, so far. Yeah, I think that's the only move we have seen from it so far.
Yeah, I don't remember what we've
This
seen game
leading
1,
me
to
to be
be honest.
interested. Could this King Gambit possibly be choice banded?
It's very possible.
His last game, I don't remember him clicking any other move besides Kowtow Cleave as well.
Yeah, Ben wouldn't surprise me to see. Well, I guess we'll find out if we see it using another move or not.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, let's see here. Alright, that leftover seal comes in.
The extreme speed.
But the extreme speed will finish the job anyway. Down goes
Ooh,
Gastrodon.
close
Combat?
combat.
In a close
Well,
combat,
I guess we will never
we
know.
will never know.
Oof.
Scizor is not Life Orb, so Scizor did not just KO
Once
itself.
again, we're back to a very similar situation with the previous game here, with 2v1 here.
Yeah, and I say just take Scizor out of the equation quickly, but I mean,
But even
there's
then,
two
Scizor has enough to just get
priority
one
moves.
last Bullet Punch in, and that could still do a lot.
Yeah, and Dragonite does have extreme speed too.
Yeah. E-Speed plus Bullet Punch before Thundurus can even act.
Yeah, going back to what we were talking about at the start in terms of setting up speed control with Electros possibly, it really wouldn't have made an impact given Hunter's smart use of priority moves throughout the set.
Yeah.
Especially this game in particular. I mean, that normal turret finishing Dragonite is just so powerful.
Yeah, I just don't really see an out for Jewel here. With double priority on the field, not much like priority moves that Thundurus can really hit off to hit both of them or pick up any KO here.
Yeah, I think just a double here ends it probably.
Yeah. Extreme speed? Yeah, extreme speed just
Up.
no need for
Even just extreme speed on its own. And that's the set. Hunter with a clean 2-0 over Delta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Hunter just positioned himself really well turn 1. Here with the Terra Normal into light screen, could only be hit by King Gambit once Scizor came in. He was kind of dead. In the last game...
Definitely, yeah, that Scizor came in late in both games, but made just such an impact both times.
Yeah, very well played there from Hunter. Very good prep with the Terra Grass, Regieleki, to just knowing that Terra Normal Dragonite was going to...
Yeah, I mean, dealing with Gastrodon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, surprise grass type attacks are the way to go against Gastrodon, definitely.
Yeah.
You need to catch it off guard like that.
We'll move on to our next set, which is... Do we want to cover the last game? Maybe kind of go over your thoughts and decisions, Mr. Denny.
I guess we could just do game 3. Just know that M demolished me game 1. I dominated game 2.
Explain to the viewers here what may be happening. The replays were neglected to be saved, so we only have access to game 3 right now, unfortunately. But since this is a game 3, we know that the score is 1-1 coming into this. So both Cygnus and M were having traded games here, and now this is the final game of the set.
Yeah, just from a team standpoint, I think M just has the advantage here with so many Pokemon just being unable to be taken out by so few of Denny's Pokemon here.
Yeah, M has probably one of the scariest teams in this league, and
yeah, I mean,
it'll be really interesting to see how M.
Organical just walls me. I tried for Grass Terra Grass Knot from Tornadus, but unfortunately the calculation was just a bit off, not taking into account M's heavy special defense EV investment onto Garganical that made it just barely fail earlier on. And Urshifu is always a terror. I mean, Cacturn and Water Terra Crocodile were my main ways to try answering that.
And just a note, because Team Preview is stupid and dumb, that Urshifu is Urshifu Rapid Strike, meaning it is the Water Urshifu.
Yes.
Water Bear.
Yes, thank you for clarifying. Also, I was pretty sure heading into this game that Landorus was not going to be coming out after I got a game 2 read onto it and one hit KO'd it with Chanpao Ice Spinner. Interestingly enough, other than Intimidate, Landorus didn't threaten my team much at all.
Yeah, let's see what leads you guys started off with.
Here we go. I started with Chanpao and Tornadus. That was my lead through all 3 games. And I went up against the threat, Screamtail plus Garganical.
Yeah, overall, I think this is just a good
Booster energy on Screamtail.
Gar here is kind of just really dirty. I
Yeah, from what I remember of this game, I was way over focusing on just trying to take out Garg, and I was able to get red a lot for that, from what I remember.
Yeah, I think I would probably switch out either Shenpao or Tornadus here because both of them are threatened with the KO from Garganical. Screamtail is kind of just going to set up first before it starts attacking, or at least that's what I would assume, seeing Screamtail on the screen. Let's see what happens, Journey.
Yeah, I also underestimated body press.
Ooh, switching out to Palmot.
And it's a speed boost. Yeah, this Palmot was giving me fits all set. Got the tailwind off. I was trying to taunt into the Screamtail to deny a reflect.
Ooh, that body press.
And down goes Shenpao. Wasn't that?
Yeah, very important turn.
A Ditto here. Yeah. At this point, I was planning on cycling Ditto, just using Garganical Salt Cure against M, and just trying to cycle Ditto in and out to threaten with Chip, and possibly getting multiple good uses out of it was my plan at this point.
Mm.
Yeah, in this position, obviously Palmot is taunted, which means it can't revival blessing at this point.
But then again, there is no.
Not that it would right now, anyway.
Yeah.
It means eventually, if it wants to be like doing the funny cheese, it has to switch out.
Either that or just wait out like 3 turns to get rid of that effect. Or it might not be 3, it might be 5. I'd have to check.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, turn 2 good. Yeah, well, also mine is Choice Scarf because it's Ditto.
Gets faked out though by the Palmot.
Yeah, but a very good fake out from that Palmot.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, so much prep went into Garganical, but honestly, Palmot was M's MVP.
Yeah, doing the Salt Cure onto the Palmot, trying to make sure it doesn't want to stay out here too long, but unfortunately the fake out there kind of validating Tornadus.
Yeah, having that Revival Blessing in your pocket, allowing you potentially like 5 Pokemon is a really good tool that only M and myself have, and people have to prepare for that. Like, if you take something down, there is a very good possibility that it could come back.
Yeah, and in both of your week 1 matches, it worked out for you guys really well.
Yeah.
As we'll see here.
Yeah, I'm predicting probably a Palmot switch out. I don't know what into, but maybe Screamtail could come back. It's not really too threatened by anything on the field. Tornado's likely going for another grass launch.
Yeah, use that to use that to get our reflect off, especially since my taunter's been taken out.
And then Garganical maybe going for the KO on the other Garganical, or maybe trying to read into the switch. We'll see what plays out.
Yeah. With the taunt and Salt Cure, Palmot is pretty likely to switch.
Switching out to Crocodile.
But it doesn't.
Get her out. Yeah, unfortunately, I was just completely tunnel visioning into wanting to get rid of Garganical and really put myself in a hole there. And Ditto comes back out into Garg again as my only remaining option.
Yeah, he's down to 2 Pokemon left. One of them being a Ditto locked into 1 move, and one of them being a pretty support reliant Mon. So, yeah, doesn't look well.
Some power does have some good power behind it, though.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, it's carrying Bleak Wind, it's carrying Grass Knot as we've seen.
This Palmot is just so threatening because it can just close combat or electric move anything that you could have had in the back. Because Garganical being now Rock type, or Ditto being.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of just a free close combat there. I didn't realize.
Yeah, I mean, after game 1, that's why I wasn't bringing Gyarados anymore.
But yeah, we know M has expended their 1 protect. They could go for the double protect, but Not likely.
But that would be a coin flip that might be a bit too risky.
So we could be seeing the grass knot once more. But this Palmot is just so hard to remove here. Even with Garganical. We could be seeing Protect. Yeah, I just don't see how you remove Palmot.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate.
And Taunt is over on this Palmont, so if it has like a support move other than
Indeed it
Revival
is.
Blessing, it could use it.
Let's see how this goes out. Grass knot does pick up the KO.
That's
Gets
not.
the crit.
Gets the
Denver guard.
Garganical.
Yeah,
But
also,
Rocky
yeah, at this
Helmet
point,
works.
based on what I've seen from game 1 and so far this game, I wasn't even thinking of Revival Blessing. I was just scared of Palmot's power at this point, and if I had remembered Blessing, I probably would have just attacked. It would have been better looking back for me to just attack around Garg and take out Palmot first, knowing that I had a nuke that I could go into it with.
Yeah.
But here I was now with just my Tornadoes facing 1v3.
Yeah,
Well,
this
probably
situation,
soon to be a 1v4. Has he used Revival yet?
not yet.
Not yet.
It hasn't had the opportunity to due to no Pokemon fainting until last turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this position, you probably just Grass Knot Palmot. Because with this close combat, it's probably not likely to survive. Screamtail's likely going to get its screens, but that's kind of...
Yeah, although I also don't have Tailwind up anymore too.
Yeah,
Because Tailwind just ended, which also really hurts right now.
Wasting your one move spot on a status move might not be the play here, considering you're doing a 1v2 or 2v1, whichever.
Yeah, I know. It's why I'm not going for it, but not having Tailwind really hurts, because if Tailwind was still effective, I'd be able to outspeed Palmot, but now I get outsped, so I can't really do anything to stop it.
Yeah, it's a really hard position to be in. We'll see what plays out. Yep, the Revival Blessing coming
And
in.
there's the Revival
Lepa Berry
Blessing.
And the Lepa Berry too.
Oh, I didn't even notice it was Lepa Berry during the match. Wow.
Bleakwind does pick up the KO there.
Anyway, Bleakwind Storm
Reflect
takes out Palmot and deals damage. I don't really care about
Very
Reflect at this
interesting
point.
Reflect, considering that Tornadus likely does not have any physical moves, but then again, Urshifu is going to come in here and probably do its thing.
Also, I do know from using Ditto on Screamtail in Game 2 that the Screamtail does not have Light Screen, just Reflect.
Ah, okay, interesting.
Because my team is very physically based, like Tornadus and my Chi-Yu, which I did not bring, are really my only special threats.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. That's what draft is for, that counter teaming.
Yeah.
But yeah, this position you probably just go for the Bleakwind again, but this Urshifu is probably going to pick up the knockout. Certain strikes. And even then, Screamtail can just double up.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't entirely remember how it what if I clicked for Bleakwind or if I went for Grass Knot.
Let's see. Screamtail with the protect. Smart play. Ooh, going for the Grass Knot.
Grass Knot gets that Urshifu.
I did get the read there. Yeah, honestly, I think Tornadus, if it weren't for Revival Blessing, Tornadus probably would have ended up pulling this out, interestingly enough.
Yeah, I think that read actually puts you in a winnable position at this point. Obviously, the Garg, targeting the Garg is very obvious here, and that kind of is what loses you the game, unfortunately.
Yeah, and again, I just tunnel vision into it. I should have played around it and went into Screamtail.
Yeah, if Garg gets off the Screamtail, if Garg gets off the Salt Cure, you can kind of just get stalled out, and that's by Salt Cure just dealing that chip.
Yeah, it's a rough position. Just that Revival Blessing is what won the game. I'm happy with how Tornadus. I'm glad I was able to make this like kind of close in the end.
Yeah, I think with one turn of Tailwind more, I think you definitely can pull this back. But with it running out and then Palma being able to outspeed and get the Revival Blessing, it's just it kind of puts you in this 2v1.
It was just too much to handle.
Yeah, Garg goes for the protect.
Yeah, and Garg protects as well. Which, yeah, I was dumb there. And those play roughs were doing a lot more than I expected them to.
Yeah,
Yep, Grassy Knot and Play Rough gets the kill there.
Yeah, and then I go. Yeah, honestly, instead of KOing Garg in the first place, I should have went for Palm Out before it could Revival Blessing. Because then I had a KO ready for Garg in that situation, and then just against Urshifu and Screamtail, I think I could have pulled it out if it was just those two.
Yeah. But then again, hindsight is 2020. But so.
Of course, yeah. So much easier to say, oh yeah, I could have easily won if I'd done this when I'm not in the moment.
Yeah, it's very stressful to be in the moment in the battle. The Palm Out is
Yeah.
very scary to your team.
Electric plus fighting hit pretty much most of those Pokemon for weakness. Actually,
Yeah.
scratch that. All of them.
Palm Out was
Yeah, it hits
all of them for weakness.
Yeah, a lot of dark types.
How double the fighting.
Yeah, I have 4 dark types. 3 dark types, yeah.
Yeah, 3 dark types and then 2 flying types. And then
you
depending
have
on what Ditto transformed
Argonaut and
into.
Ditto.
Ooh, our next set
Yeah.
is Cal versus Marcus.
Here we go to Aqua 10 versus Cal. Here we go. Here we go. So looking at this team preview right away, is there anything that stands out to you guys?
The weather battle. That is very clear. There's gonna be a
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Torkoal versus Ninetales. Especially
Yeah,
that
and
if both send out his lead, Torkoal wins the weather battle there with Torkoal being slower.
Yes, Torkoal is slower, so how the players want to position their weather mods is very important. If Aquarsen wants to keep that snow out there, which I suspect he does, he'll need to start with a little Ninetales in the back.
Another interesting thing though is that Frostmoth is there, and being an ice type, it benefits from the effects of snow. So Cal might even want snow up at certain points with that Frostmoth, setting up Quiver Dance, Ice Scales, and the defense boost, I think. Or is it special defense? I don't remember from snow.
The Aurora Shield, it's both.
Oh, it's both.
I'm saying
It's both, yeah.
ice types get a either defense or special defense boost from snow, and I don't remember which one it is.
It's a 50% defense.
Oh, is it?
Ah,
Yes,
okay.
defense.
I had snow and sandstorm mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think with
So anyway, let's see what the players lead with. Yeah, here we see Slowking and Great Tusk coming out from Aquarsen, so he is keeping that Ninetales in the back. And Frostmoth and Rotom Wash, so both weather setters not coming out to lead. Very interesting.
Smart. Yeah, I think Cal realizes that Torkoal coming out kind of puts him in a bad position against Great Tusk. And then
Oh, true, that's a good point, because photosynthesis.
Yeah, so both teams here have mons that benefit from the other team's weather condition, which is a very interesting insight here.
Yeah, Rotom Wash does threaten that Great Tusk a decent amount as well.
Yes, it also threatens Slowking with those electric type moves. Maybe even Volt Switch to pivot into Torkoal.
Yeah, also looking at this, it is also very interesting though. Aquarsen does have 2 different ways of setting up snow, with snow warning from Alola Ninetales, but also Slowking carrying chilly reception as well. Interesting if we see maybe that happen turn 1.
Yeah,
knowing that
sure.
knowing that he could change the weather back, having Ninetales in the back.
Yeah, I'm predicting that maybe Marcus switches out Great Tusk out of here because it's kind of in a bad position for both these Pokemon. Maybe into Ninetales, but maybe you don't want to set up the weather for Frostmoth. Maybe into, I think Golden Go could be a good switch here. Amoonguss is always good, but being weak to the bug here is not helpful.
It also depends on what 4 Pokemon he decided to bring.
Sure, I mean, for all we know, Torkoal might not have even been brought.
But yeah, Cal set up very well here in turn 1.
Oh, for sure.
Ooh, opting for the close combat, getting 50%.
Close combat, but it doesn't kill that Rotom.
Yeah, that's going to be 2 at knockout.
And the Hydro
And
Pump.
Rotom
There it goes.
deals right back, managing to knock out Great Tusk. And Frostmoth gets Quiver Dance off. Now that is scary. And there's that chilly reception. Turn to snow and letting it pivot into the Articuno.
And now let's see what that 4th Pokemon.
And yep, it's Ninetales.
Ninetales.
It's still by having Slowking in the back, he can still pivot out and reset Snow if need be later on.
Yeah. I would, if I were Marcus though, I probably would have went back into Slowking instead of Ninetales, but then again, I'm not Marcus, but Slowking
I
just
agree.
resists the water move from Rotom, and
He also just that Frostmoth is not only powerful fast now, but between Snow boosting his physical defense and the special defense boost, that is very hard to remove.
yeah. An interesting thing with Frostmoth is that it could also be running Blizzard, which would hit both here. Not for super effective damage, but still packing punch due to Quiver Dance being up.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I'd probably pivot out Rotom here, because I feel like either of these Pokemon could be running Freeze Dry, and in general, Rotom kind of doesn't have much of a use in this lead.
Yeah.
I don't know what he could pivot back, but he could pivot out to Ogerpon, he could pivot out to Torkoal if he brought it this game.
I mean, Rotom, we do know its item is leftovers, so it's not choice. It could just kind of nuke Articuno even here.
Oh, that is true, yeah, it could hit it with the good old Thunder.
But usually, if you're bringing Articuno into a snow team, you're usually doing Snow Cloak and Bright Powder, so there's a chance that that electric move that could miss, yeah.
Let's see how it plays out. Setting up the Aurora Veil. Yep, we do see that Blizzard.
And there's that Blizzard.
I like that Aurora Veil setup very much. Articuno answers the Blizzard of its own.
Retaliates
Does
with his
not
own
do
Blizzard.
much though.
Oh, this is the Volt Switch though.
And there we go.
And
We were talking about it.
And there's that evasion.
Yeah, we do see Cal trying to switch out the Rotom there, but with Volt Switch, you have that chance of missing. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, honestly, I find it interesting that it does Volt Switch and not Thunderbolt. I'm trying to think of what Cal would want to pivot Rotom out into. I mean, first thought would be Torkoal to get rid of Snow, but with Frostmoth switching the way it is, I think he wants Snow to stay.
I mean, if you pivot out
Well,
to Pond, it's kind of
that Rock Ivy Cutchel does hit both super effectively.
True, yeah.
And if he switches into Slowking, any grass move would obliterate.
Yeah.
I like the Aurora Veil play, and Blizzard's just good chip damage. It just doesn't do much into these two specifically, especially with Quiver Dance setup.
Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't do much here, but Blizzard didn't do much here, but yeah, I think that Aurora Veil was definitely the right play.
Yeah. Actually, I do kind of like the Blizzard, because if Cal's pivots out without Volt Switch, Ogerpon could get
true.
With, like, a neutral hit, and Torkoal could be frozen.
Yeah, that could do a lot to it.
So, that's always a good upside, but it didn't play out the way either of them wanted to.
The thing is, though, is that if Torkoal does come in, that Blizzard goes back to 70% accurate, so it could miss.
Yeah, maybe Mark is reading into the Ogerpon switch, or just wanting the good chip damage. Let's see, turn 3.
Rotom's still sitting at this 35%.
Moonblast from Ninetales here.
That did not do much.
Ooh,
And
Frostmoth's
Frostmoth gets
hitting
off an Aurora Veil
of
of
their
its own.
Icy Wind does not pick up the KO.
That Aurora Veil saved that Rotom's life.
This is the Will-O-Wisp.
Snowcloak shenanigans continue.
Yeah.
Man, Articuno and Snow Team is...
It's very scary.
If you're going against it, it's one of the most annoying cores.
Yeah. And how many
Jefferey
moves has Articuno revealed at this point?
It has revealed 2.
Articuno,
Blizzard and Icy.
just Blizzard and Icy Wind.
An interesting thing that Articuno could also be running is Sheer Cold. That could be very interesting, especially with a Pokemon that will stay on the field for quite some time due to those evasion boosts.
Yeah, definitely. One of really... two real uses of the one-hit knockout moves in competitive play, the other being Tingly Fissure.
Yeah. Or maybe even in the Dondozo Fisher if you're on the right set.
Oh, true, yeah.
I am intrigued to the Rotom Will-O-Wisp. I'm wondering what if Cal was predicting a read there, or just wanted some good chip damage on Articuno.
Yeah, because
I
Since
see
all of
maybe
his
just having to put it
Pokemon
on the
left
timer,
are
especially
special
with that
attackers,
lasting power.
I think it's mainly for that chip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't seeing Rotom surviving any more turns, so I just wanted to try and get the chip off.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, especially with Articuno's staying power with that snow cloak. It just puts it on a timer. It means it can't stay out quite as long.
Let's see what plays out next turn. Moonblast not doing much.
Moonblast into Frostmoth doing like nothing.
Blizzard finally
And there
hits.
goes the
Yeah,
Blizzard.
that's Quiver Dance for
Crit,
you.
but didn't really matter on that Rotom.
Sets up another one.
And another Quiver Dance. That is doubled special attack and special defense, and 1.5 times speed, thanks to being lowered by the Icy Wind.
We do
And
see
there's the Ogerpon we were all worried about.
Yeah, Marcus is just in a pretty bad position here. Depending on what he has in the back, he could pivot out into Golden Go, which is... Oh, no, he has Slowbro in the back. Yeah, it's just a tough situation to be in.
Yeah, I mean, I think Marcus's play here is to attack Ogerpon and whatever comes after, and just try to play around Frostmoth right now.
You kind of just have to ignore for the time being, because...
Yeah, because it's not nearly as much of a threat offensively.
Yeah.
I think you just have to try to play around it here.
Let's see what plays out. Ivy Cudgel, yep. Hitting it.
And now there's a one-hit KO.
Ooh. An interesting thing, though, is that if Articuno is packing Sheer Cold, it can't do anything against that Frostmoth due to Ice types being immune to Sheer Cold.
Yeah, and the snow has now stopped, but Slowking is back out to be able to possibly reset it. Although, honestly, even with Frostmoth losing that physical defense, I mean, against what physical attackers?
Yeah, it's not going to be very beneficial in this situation.
Yeah, and getting those 3 Quiver Dances off.
But yeah, Cal just in a very oppressive situation here, being able to just Ivy Cudgel or Form Leech, either the Slowbro or the Ninetales, and then Frostmoth just being so unremovable because of the one physical attacker
Yeah.
on the field is already taken down.
Wait, would Chilly Reception even work with Slowking being one of the last 2 months, or would it just fail?
I'm not quite sure.
If you can't switch out.
Yeah, Ivy Cudgel just picking up the KO.
Yep, then goes Ninetales. And that Aurora Veil is about to expire as well.
Scald gets barely nothing, and no burn either. Knockoff just...
Yeah, neutral thanks to being Cornerstone.
Yeah, Giga Drain. Yeah, the double.
Yeah, that does it. Marcus definitely had good plays that game. I like timing of the Aurora Veil. I like that Slowking had Colbert. I think I agree with what you said earlier, though, in that I would prefer seeing Slowking coming back out from the pivot instead of Ninetales after Great Tusk went down. I think saving that Ninetales more in the back would have been more beneficial.
I think my 4th
Very well played by Cal. Yeah, I could see that. That makes sense.
Alright, sorry about that. I'm back. That's a mute.
Okay, gotcha.
Heading on to game.
So yeah, so after how game 1 went, what adjustments do you guys foresee going forward here for game 2?
I don't think we're seeing...
How do you think Marcus can adjust?
Yeah, I do not think we're
Yeah.
seeing Great Tusk here since so many Pokemon hit this super effectively.
Yeah,
Rotom with that Hydro
also,
Pump, Masquerada with that Grass Stab, Ogerpon with that Grass Stab, and Indeedee with a Psychic move, and Frostmoth with that Blizzard that we've seen.
Yeah, at first, because Amoonguss could seem interesting, but just it can't Spore Masquerada or Ogerpon. Torkoal threatens it so much.
I mean, I think
Kinda
we
hard
could
to
be seeing
see.
a Golden Go just to try and eliminate the Frostmoth early on if Cal decides to lead it again.
I could
Yeah, you
see
definitely want to
Amoonguss
take it out
coming,
before it
though,
can set
due
up like it did
to,
last game.
I could still see Amoonguss coming due to Pollen Puff support, and it could also Spore Frostmoth, which is what really cost
True, yeah.
Marcus here to let it set up.
Yeah, just after one clear dance, that Frostmoth became virtually immovable for Marcus in game 1.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see what each of them decide to lead.
Golden Go.
There's the Golden Go, alongside Ninetales in the lead this time.
Masquerada. And
Masquerada and Indeedee coming out, a completely different lead coming from Cal.
And that's Psychic Seed too,
Indeedee
boosting
is
that
Psychic
special
Seed.
defense.
Yep, Snow and Psychic Terrain are both out, so no
And
priority
considering that
moves
most of
can come in
Marcus's
right
mons
now.
are special, that special defense boost from Indeedee's Psychic Seed can mean life or death in this situation.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I think in Marcus' position, I think you protect Golden Go and you kind of just go for Roarveil just to help it stay alive.
Yeah, I think a passive turn 1. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, there's not really like too much setting up that like this we would probably do to be afraid with being passive. So I think he could afford just to go for the safe play. I agree with that.
Interested in seeing what Masquerada moves Cal's running, just because he's probably running Protean, and seeing what type he wants to change into in front of Golden Go and Ninetales. Indeed, he probably sets up Trick Room if I'm reading right, and then Torkoal comes in and kind of becomes a problem.
Yeah.
But Marcus could have great Tusk in the
especially with Ninetales coming out before Torkoal, as we talked about before game 1. Before game 1, that is very interesting in terms of controlling the weather. What are your thoughts on this lead, Daniel?
Good talk?
Okay,
we'll come back to Daniel. He's very busy.
Yeah. We'll cut that bit out.
we'll see. Let's see what
Dragon Terra.
Follow me coming out instead of Trick Room. Blizzard hitting.
Blizzard ignores it. Masquerada taking heavy damage there, but not quite going down.
Nasty. Trick Room comes out from Masquerada. Oh, I didn't even know Masquerada can run Trick Room. That's new. Wow. Very smart play there.
Even without the armors by its side, we're seeing an Indeedee team being just as unpredictable as ever.
Wow, I actually didn't know Masquerada could run Trick Room. That's actually really cool. Yeah, because then you're not forced to essentially read into Indeedee running Trick Room. You can follow me instead.
Yeah, in another draft I was in, Masquerada using Trick Room was a pretty big component of the person's team who had it, so...
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Knowing your opponent's Pokemon's movesets and those like moves that can catch you off guard is really integral to playing in draft.
Yeah, seeing that Trick Room definitely makes me think Torkoal's coming in the back there, and well, I think something that's definitely important to keep an eye on is what does Cal do about Golden Go? It does have a nasty pot up. It's a big threat for it to make it rain. Could go for it, but also keep in mind, Golden Go did not use its protect yet. On turn 1, it is still able to protect at any point.
Yeah, Indeedee does know Dazzling Gleam though, so that fairy weakness now with Golden Go can be important.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I really like the Dragon Terra, just because it saves you from Masquerada stabs as well as Torkoal. It lets you live very well in front of both of those. Also Ogre Pond too. I think it's just really good defensively. Obviously, it's still weak to Frostmoth and Indeedee, but other than those two.
Yeah, but it works into like 4 members of Cal's team.
Yeah, from what I've seen, Dragon is actually a pretty common, or at least somewhat common type for Golden Go to be running, especially if it's if a Pokemon's team has other ways to deal with Fluttermane, which is very commonly run in VGC tournaments. Well, one person, yeah, only 1 week you have to worry about it. Maybe 2 if you get into the top elimination bracket.
If I were to guess, we're probably getting a double attack. Or maybe Roarveil's getting set up this turn, because Marcus did Blizzard turn 1, trying to get the KO there.
You think? Do we see the passive term here with the Protect Golden Go and in Aurora Veil?
Well, one thing with Aurora Veil is that Meowscarada's signature move Flower Trick is a critical hit, which would ignore all the effects of Aurora Veil. But then again, no, I'm wrong. For some reason, I thought Ice was resistant to Grass, but
No.
it only resists itself. Ahaha.
Yeah, Ice is super effective on Grass, but does not resist it.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe Ninetales could opt for the Blizzard again, trying to get the KO and then Aurora Veil. Let's see what happens. Oh, you see the switch onto
Yep, there's a Torkoal
There's the
switch. I
Torkoal.
had a feeling that was coming after Trick Room came out. You want to maximize the amount of turns you have it out with Trick Room.
And there's that Dazzling Gleam with Indeedee, but it really didn't do much there. Ooh, 60% on that Torkoal. That could prove big, stopping those.
Big damage.
eruption
Aurora Veil, though, unfortunately does fail because of the Torkoal switch in.
Very good switch in there from Cal. But with Torkoal being at half health, they can't really eruption anymore. It's stuck to Heat Wave, essentially. Golden Go can afford to take a few Heat Waves, I would imagine.
Yeah, we don't know what Torkoal's running. I mean, it could very well just be the Choice Specs Eruption set, for all we know.
I think we see Ninetales pivot out either into Great Tusk or Slowking, which could set up the weather again.
Yeah, I think I agree with Ninetales pivoting here. I mean, just being against Torkoal in the sun like that, you want to save Ninetales to be able to reset your weather later, especially given the team Marcus is running, which greatly benefits from having the snow up.
Yeah.
If I would imagine Cal's probably just going for the Dazzling Gleam into Heat Wave. It kind of hits most of the Pokemon on the field. Or maybe opting to protect Torkoal because of Golden Go. Trying to get the special attack drop while it hits Indeedee and not Torkoal. Let's see. Terrafire.
And there's the Fire Terra.
Helping hand. Oh, yep, it's gonna nuke something. Opting to protect.
And
instead of
Ninetales
pivoting.
There's a Protect there.
Are we seeing Heat Wave?
Oh,
No, just Eruption.
Still. Wow.
40% health.
Still
That's
doing
still
34 damage though on a resisted Golden Go.
Yeah, although
I was
Make It Rain
There's
gets a
the
double
Make It Rain
knockout.
double kill.
This Golden Go is putting in its worth here.
I
That Dragon
forgot that
Terra
Eruption
just making it
scales
so
with
much
your
harder to
health.
take out.
Yeah. And now we have the double grass with Ogerpon and Meowscarada. I could very much see Marcus taking this game.
Definitely. I mean, he's positioned very well. I mean, Ninetales Blizzard is a big threat here.
Yeah.
Especially with Cal having already committed his Terra to Torkoal earlier, too.
Only
Plus,
thing
Make It
is
Rain.
Snow not being up, but we've only seen I'm pretty sure we've only seen these two Pokemon from Marcus, so I could very well see him having either Slowking or Articuno in the back.
Yeah, also, if Cal could win Game 1 after a bunch of misses against that Articuno, Marcus could still definitely win even with a miss here.
Yeah.
Masquerada with the protect.
Yes, Karate is protected.
Ooh,
I couldn't quite
And the nasty plot, very scary.
Double base attack from Golden Go.
Blizzard
And that Blizzard
And the Blizzard hits!
takes out over half of Ogerpon's health, but Ivy Cudgel takes down
But there
the
goes that Ivy Cudgel. However, I do think a nasty plot Make It Rain here will just take the kill. So, we'll have to see how Cal tries to deal with that.
Yeah, and Slowking's out there now, and Marcus still has another Mon in back, so Marcus does also have the option to Chilly Reception now.
Well, Chilly Reception does still work, even
Yeah.
if Slowking is the only one left, so...
Okay, it does. I was wondering that earlier.
Yeah, I think likely we just see the Make It Rain, and it probably takes out both of these Pokemon. Or at least the Meowscarada, considering it just protected. Ogerpon could opt to spike his shield here. Or go for the Hornleech on Slowking. Try to get some health back.
Yeah, I think I'd aim for Hornleech on Slowking. I mean, you can survive that one hit, you most likely cannot survive another, though.
Yep, the Chilly Reception coming out.
It's just coming out, not being given an option to hit that Slowking super effectively. To make it rain. Does it do it? Yes, it does.
Make it rain.
We are all tied up at 1.
We're 1-1 here. Let's see how the teams fare in Game 3.
Yeah, that game just showed just how devastating Golden Go could be, especially when its glaring weaknesses are taken away.
Yeah.
I'm wondering for this game, maybe Cal decides to lead Torkoal because it is slower, so that does mean it will get set up the sun regardless.
Yeah, because also Marcus did lead Ninetales in Game 2.
And led it next to Golden Go, and with Torkoal being in front, it kind of just doesn't let Golden Go do his thing, or at least not without risking.
Yeah, it could force him to either like commit an early terror or risk just losing Golden Go right away.
But if I were Marcus, I'd probably lead Golden Go Great Tusk. I feel like that you're still at risk of Torkoal, but Drunken has to get set up first, and you kind of pressure KO with Great Tusk, and then Golden Go kind of just gets set up for free pretty much. But we'll see what plays out.
Cal could also go back to what worked in Game 1. As Great Tusk is in the lead this time alongside Golden Go. Coming up for Cal is that Frostmoth once again, and Meowscarada. 2 leads, and Golden Go immediately going for the Dragon Terra. The Flower Trick hits, but does not get the kill on the Great Tusk.
Yeah. Despite it always being a crit, that move only having 70 base power is
Yeah, focus attack. Meowscarada will be big here though, especially with Golden Go opting for Nasty Plot, not being able to capitalize on Meowscarada's low health quite yet. And Frostmoth gets that Quiver Dance up, just setting up being a real pain right away. Thankfully though, Aquasen does have Great Tusk out there which can threaten it physically, and Snow is not up to boost Frostmoth's defenses. However, Frostmoth is a lot faster now.
I think the play is kind of to switch Great Tusk out, kind of keep it for Torkoal, which is likely in the back considering what it's been doing. Probably pivot out into Ninetales. I feel like it can take Meowscarada pretty well, and you can kind of just ignore Frostmoth right now. I guess not, because Golden Go's on
I guess the worry would be if Frostmoth gets out any more Quiver Dances, it becomes a real threat at that point, especially to Golden Go with it being Dragon Terra.
You kind of want to set up Aurora Veil, because if not, Golden Go's in danger of this Frostmoth, and you don't want to get rid of the stats.
Yeah, but like, will you really be able to do it in time? I mean, Frostmoth's already at 1.5 times special attack. I guess Golden Go has to protect here.
Meowscarada with the protect. Let's comment onto Frostmoth.
Ooh.
Pick up the sneaky KO.
Yeah, still outspeeding even with the Quiver Dance.
Let's get the Quiver
Getting
Dance.
greedy with another Quiver Dance.
Oh,
When
and
And
the Make It
pays
Rain
for the
gets it.
greed. I was very surprised seeing that the second Quiver Dance coming just the first turn after the first one.
Yeah, I feel like
It was very interesting, but
pressured both Pokemon. I'm surprised they didn't attack. I guess you maybe read Marcus switching out or protecting, try to play it safe, but Marcus went with a very aggressive play, capitalizing on that.
yeah, did a good job on both beating the Meowscarada protect and removing a major threat to Golden Go from the field. You could, because I think Golden Go definitely has the favorable matchup against Ogerpon. I'd say this is where you switch out Tusk.
Yeah. Yeah, now that it's pretty much done his job of getting rid of the thing that's weak to physical attacks, you
Yeah.
kind of don't want to let it die in case you need it for Torkoal.
Exactly.
Let's see. We got the Terra Rock.
Oh,
The defense boost,
going for the embody aspect.
the Flower Trick.
And
surprised
Great
he
Tusk does
didn't
not switch out and feints for it thanks to Flower Trick from Meowscarada, landing the KO.
Oh, Ivy Kojo almost annihilating Golden Go's health there.
Yeah,
Shadow Ball picked up
82%.
the KO.
And
Golden
the
Go!
Shadow Ball
The quick Shadow
crit.
Ball take out Ogerpon. And there's the
Now you have
Torkoal.
Cal with pretty much, with basically 1 mon left for that Masquerada at 1 HP.
Although,
But it can still do something considering it is pretty fast.
yeah, and thanks to Ninetales switching in, Sun is up instead of Snow right now, boosting Torkoal. Oh, which Torkoal is at 100%. Based on it using Eruptions last game, I'm guessing this is probably Choice Specs Torkoal here. With Golden Go's low health, could an Eruption from this health this Eruption from this health could still do a lot of damage.
I could definitely see an Eruption kill here if it is Choice Specs.
It could arguably get a double even, unless there's a Protect.
Yeah, for sure.
And a double here, all of a sudden the momentum swings into Cal's favor if that happens.
Yeah.
You still have to tread very lightly.
Especially if Masquerada doesn't end up getting knocked out here.
Yeah. Yeah, because it can protect this turn too.
You're pretty much forced to switch out Ninetales here, because you kind of want that weather, unless you think Slowpoke can pull it off before dying. Masquerada's set up to Trick Room here, and Torkoal kind of just sweeps from there. Not much left to stop it.
Yeah, well, do you Trick Room or do you Protect?
Yeah, but there's not much. It's probably faster than Golden Go. Let's see. 80 to 149. Yeah, it's most.
Yeah, it's faster.
And then Torkoal's way faster after Trick Room.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think you could just sack man. Although if you go for Tricky, you might not even get it off though because of the negative priority. Especially if a Make It Rain comes out.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Ninetales protecting. I like that.
Knockoff kills the Golden Go. And an Eruption.
Also, a very interesting note that this Masquerada is indeed Overgrow and not Protean.
Ah. So that those grass moves aren't getting boosted.
Yeah. Now it's down to Ninetales Articuno. I really like Cal's position with Torkoal here.
Cal's kind of set up to sweep here. Yeah, I feel like
it's a 2v2 here. I could see it really being anyone's game here.
Yeah, you would have to bank on a bright powder miss, because if not, Eruption just pretty much hurts for Opos, Articuno.
Yeah, pretty much comes down to if that comes down or not. Also, chances of that are also lower because no Snow Cloak.
Yeah. So in reality, that Eruption's pretty much got a 90% chance to hit. So I could see the game ending here. Oh, knockoff miss.
Yeah, that goes Masquerada. Not doing much to Torkoal though. Icy Wind misses. And there's the Eruption, and that's the double knockout, and that is the game, set, and match. Cal picking up the win on the back of his Torkoal.
Yeah, he really brought it back that game. After an early upset with the close combat plus Make It Rain on that Frostmoth. And Masquerada hanging on 1 HP. And Masquerada hanging on 1 HP since turn 1, living until the end.
Yeah, also
I played the game. I didn't even notice Masquerada lived that entire time. I was the one that played. I just noticed that.
Yeah. Also, I'd also like to say that Torkoal coming out had just the perfect timing with it being the same turn where Ninetales had to come out after Great Tusk's knocked out, allowing Sun to overwrite the Snow.
Yeah, I think there was 2 times where Marcus kind of had to pivot out in order to secure that Torkoal didn't just get to run over late game, and unfortunately didn't, and that kind of cost him the game.
Yeah.
Good on Cal.
I like the aggressive play of not switching out to get the KO on Frostmoth, but I think Great Tusk definitely should have been pivoted out right after that to save for Torkoal.
One thing I should have done is instead of Protect, I should have just lost the Masquerada and Flower Tricked the guy again. What's his face? The Great Tusk. If I KO'd that, the close quarters wouldn't have happened, which means I would have had a double Quiver Dance Frostmoth. Next turn, I would have probably Giga Drained whatever came out next to heal up, and while also having a Torkoal sweep on the side. Or maybe just Agapon and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Either way,
Yep.
good job on Cal there for using Torque.
But
Yeah,
Mark just
honestly,
put up a
very
damn
well.
good fight.
Oh yeah, that was very well played by both players. I mean, that golden go was just made its value just already paid itself in full in game 1 of the draft.
Right,
Yeah.
moving on to the last set. We have the Colt
Grand finale, it is.
versus the Drunken Dracovish. Joe versus Matthew.
Indeed. Is Matthew against Kawasaki.
Ooh, we don't see the Vulpix from Joe here, not opting to run the Sun.
Very interesting. And we're not seeing slacking, but we are seeing Rabambi.
Always good.
Yeah,
for
that's
pollen buffs.
that sticky web speed control could go very interesting on this team. However,
That ambient calm's also very interesting.
with Armor Rouge, Ursaluna, and Slowking, that could not matter. Actually, helping Matthew with a potential Trick Room team there.
It does look like Joe brought what's it called? Mudscale in case Trick Room does get set up. Mudscale being relatively slow. Not slower than Ursaluna.
Yeah, I like the Mudsdale. I really like Mudsdale's presence here for Kawasaki.
Yeah, Mudsdale is also super bulky, especially if it gets multiple hits with stamina as its ability.
Yeah.
A body
is very
press
interesting to
with
me.
that stamina defense boost as well could really turn the tides in Kawasaki's favor.
Let's see what they decide to lead with.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're seeing none other than Jeffrey himself, the Sableye, and the Alolan Sandslash coming out against Rabambi and Talonflame.
Interesting. I'm surprised that Ursaluna doesn't come out turn 1, but I guess you don't want to get. Actually,
You don't want to get potentially attacked before that Trick Room could potentially go up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just excited to see what chaos Jeffrey causes personally.
Jeffrey's gonna Jeffrey all over the place. We're all for it.
Yeah.
Let's see what Jeffrey does this turn. Rabambi with the protect.
Alright, protect there.
And the
Quash
Quash
going into
there.
Talonflame. No Gale Wings for you.
Ooh,
Doesn't
yeah,
rock
there goes
slide.
that Gale Wings if
Oh,
he even
but it
had
doesn't
it.
pick up the knockout though, unfortunately. And Talonflame gets the taunt onto Jeffrey.
Very interesting turn 1 there.
I'm surprised Talonflame survived that.
Yeah, very bulky Talonflame.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I really like the play Matthew went for there, getting the force Talonflame left, trying to pick up the knockout with Rock Slide. Unfortunately, just surprisingly did not work out, and now Sableye is unfortunately hit with a taunt that cripples it.
Yeah, as Sableye is mainly a support mon, I could see Sableye switching out into something that Matthew would potentially not want to be in the field here.
Yeah, maybe like.
I feel like Pomaro's pretty good switching here. Maybe opting for the Rock Slide again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Ooh, Sandslash
No, it's
switching out.
Slowking.
Looking here.
Oh, Curious Medicine. Not that it really does much.
Skill swap.
Oh, no more Prankster!
Now Rabambi with a prankster of its own.
Talonflame, but very interesting. And not only is he like taunted, but even when taunt wears off, it does not have Prankster to fall back on anymore. That is massive.
Yeah, Kawasaki just
I really like,
completely gutting
how Kawasaki.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how
Jeffery
Kawasaki
pretty much
is able-
needs to switch out here just to get that taunt off and to get prankster back.
Yeah, I really like how Kawasaki is able to make use of skill swap on Rabambi effectively, even without even bringing slacking.
I mean, we could see Rabambi using that prankster. I'm not sure specifically because I know Pollen.
Yeah, wow.
Status. We could be seeing some shenanigans coming out from Rabambi.
Yeah.
Smoking burn on the switching. Mudscale is out as well.
And that pretty much just puts the pressure where if Matthew wants to go for Trick Room now, that could just activate Kawasaki's Mudsdale mode. With Rabambi being relatively unhindered thanks to Prankster if he wants to support. You see, Terra Water from Slowking.
Ooh, and he keeps Jefferey in. Or not, eject
Nope,
button.
the eject button comes out.
See chilly reception?
Get rid of that tar.
Oh, we see the trick room first.
Trick
No,
room.
Trick Room is up. Even in the face of Mudsdale. Well, you know what, honestly, Sandslash is probably Matthew's best bet against Mudsdale.
Yeah, Sandslash, since he's
Okay,
running
I like that
Trick
with the
Room, it's
eject
probably
button.
running Snow Cloak, meaning it could be running set similar to what Marcus had with his Articuno.
And Bright Powder Snow Cloak could be seen that once more.
Hmm.
I am wondering though if
Yeah, that's interesting.
Just completely annihilate Sandslash here.
Yeah, but I think, honestly, I really like the choice to go back into Sandslash after the eject button activated, mainly because that Mudsdale in Trick Room is a big threat, and I think Sandslash is the best thing that he has to counter it.
I do feel like the chilly reception from Slowking could have been better, but I guess if he's not running Slush Rush, then you're more banking on the accuracy drops here. Terra Water Mudscale.
No, but Mudsdale's Water
Helping
Terra.
Hand. Now going for the chilly reception.
There's the chilly reception.
We know
Getting
what
at that snow and pivoting in Annihilate. No Ursaluna.
Ooh, it's
in this
surviving
game.
even with helping hand there. But the Terra Water.
But thanks to that Water
Ooh.
Terra though, that's not doing much, and it procs stamina.
Very
Yes,
strong position here.
especially considering he has only physical attackers minus a potential Slowking. This could be very bad for Matthew if he lets that Mudsdale snowball.
Yeah, that Water Terra was a worst case scenario for Matthew to see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, we see Jefferey come back in. In the face of Quillfish, though.
But it is.
Oh, the
Ooh, but that
Defiant.
Define Annihilate.
Oh,
Smart switching with the body press.
nice, yeah.
Okay, so nice
Getting
chip
use out of
with
the
Mudscale.
Honey Gather Sableye.
Well, once it switches out, I'm pretty sure it gets Prankster back. So
Oh, does it?
yeah.
Can you check that on that? Oh yeah, it does. Okay. Never mind then.
But yeah, I mean, forcing it to switch out is still just as good. This Mudscale is gonna be a problem very soon.
Jeffrey briefly left the battlefield. He stole a lot of honey. Decided it wasn't for him. He's a prankster at heart.
He gave it to Ursaluna, the little bear in the back. But not in this game. But
No, that's too nice of Jeffrey to do.
so kind. Annihilate getting the Defiant boost, but not being able to hit Mudscale very well. And with Quillfish being a dark type, you can't really hit it with Rage Fist.
Yeah, that Mudsdale just pretty much walls everything Matthew has right now.
I mean, Jeffrey could be packing some funny moves here that could just.
We could see beat up.
Sableye does not learn beat up.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Such wasted potential there.
Yeah.
I know me and Matthew were talking about Encore on Sableye. I wonder if he brings Encore. Because if you Encore the Mudscale in this position, it can't hit any Pokemon on the
Into body press.
It's stuck into body press. But we'll see
Yeah, that'll allow him to just play around it for a while.
We'll see what Jeffrey's got.
Maybe get a Will-O-Wisp off to chip it down too.
Let's see what the schemer. Ooh, we do see the Encore.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Drunk shot. Interesting.
Dunk shot from Annihilate. Boosting that
Honestly, now
defense,
Mudsdale
but
Bar barrage. Interesting.
honestly, with Mudsdale
Ooh,
being
and he
Encore, I
gets
think
poisoned.
targeting Quillfish would have been the better move. I think targeting Quillfish instead of Mudsdale was the better move there with the Encore. I mean, you always could have just like had Annihilate play around the Mudsdale now that it's Encore not able to do much, and then you could also Will-O-Wisp it to chip it down.
We could see a Rock Slide coming from Annihilate here, predicting the Rabami switching in. You can also see Encore onto Bar Barrage. It didn't really do much to Annihilate, but then poison it, which kind of was not Mudscale's kind of just either forced to stay in to do nothing or switch out into Rabombi.
Yep.
Quillfish could poison Jeffery here.
Yeah. Also, if I am correct, I believe we have yet to see a terrestrialization coming from Matthew's end.
Yeah.
Let's see. We do see the Will-O-Wisp instead, but dark types are immune to prankster moves.
Oh, going
think
for
not to switch
Quillfish.
out
I think you have to go for Mudsdale with the Will-O-Wisp there.
Yeah. Pretty poor play on Matthew's part.
Uh,
Even if you
very
remember that
unfortunate,
prankster, that dark types
And
were
the
immune to
taunt.
prankster, you should have still went for Mudsdale either way.
Yeah, because you. While Jeffrey playing more support could have Willis, it's a one encore and it's still neutered, and you get a lot of chip down while playing around it. That way, I think.
Because
he
due to
picked the
how
right
Burn
move, wrong
works,
target.
it doesn't lower the attack of the Pokemon, it lowers the power of physical moves. So Body Press would still
That is
not be
correct.
doing much.
Indeed. Yeah, also Annihilate is finding itself on a timer now.
Yeah, I feel like Sableye again forced to switch out, but yeah, there's not much you can switch out. You can't switch Sandslash into Body Press. It's gonna be there. And it doesn't look like Kawasaki's intending on switching it anytime soon.
Yeah, I think that turn really could have turned things around well for Matthew, but as it stands now, Kawasaki's in the much stronger position.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think encoring the Quillfish kind of lets us switch in to Sandslash and then Rock Slide. But I understand wanting to Will-O-Wisp. I would have Will-O-Wisp for the Mudscale.
And coming up next, though, is Trick Room's just about to run out. So.
Yeah.
You do a snow for a little bit more. Sandslash
Yeah.
back in. Bar Barrage coming does not get pick up.
But with his closer stats, I don't think the snow even really matters that much, though.
Ooh, the Rage Fist.
Ooh, there's that Rage Fist, but Life Orb
the
seems
Life
to kill it
Orb.
there.
And still not playing around Mudsdale quite enough. Well, it's encored.
There goes the Encore, but he could just spend his turn to re-Encore it, but that
Oh, it's taunted.
Sandslash will pretty much die if he Encores it, so.
Also, he can't encore, he's taunted.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it's just a bad position to be in. You kind of have to pivot out one of these Pokemon into Slowking because Sandslash does not want to take Body Press, and Jeffrey's not doing much here.
Yeah, man, it is scary just how good Kawasaki's team is able to perform, even without even bringing Fluttermane.
Yeah, the interesting thing, though, is that Mudsdale most likely is bringing a ground move, and both Sandslash and Slowking are weak to that.
Yeah, although I believe Slowking is actually Water Terra, I recall now.
It might be.
Yeah, I believe
I
it's
wasn't
Water Terra.
completely paying attention, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is Water Terra.
Yeah, I really like the play of keeping Mudscale in, despite not being able to actually attack, because it pressures everything else.
Oh, yeah.
And you weren't really in any danger of a KO with either of them on field. Taunt Quillfish.
Yeah, now Sandslash probably doesn't survive this turn, and all Jeffrey can really do is just foul play. Maybe take out the Quillfish, but then that just brings Rabombi back in.
The Destiny Bond.
Oh, Destiny Bond!
Ooh.
Oh, and it does hit the KO.
Oh no!
And there goes Jeffrey.
Yeah,
Leech Life, very
I
interesting,
think
but
you could just
really
let
not
the
taking
nails
much
speak,
there.
speak for itself. And the High Horsepower takes that out, and now it's Mudsdale and Rabombi against Slowking. Which, might I put in a reminder that the Slowking is not of the Jotonian variety.
Oh, Pollen Buff, yeah. That kind of seals the game there.
Yeah.
Yep. And there goes game one.
Honestly, really well played there from Kawasaki. I think there was definitely a couple points where
Yeah,
Kawasaki took the favor towards his way, but unfortunate. Quillfish though, Destiny
Oh.
Bond and Taunt.
Oh, yeah. 2 taunt users, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, big props to Kawasaki for showing off just how dangerous Mudsdale can be.
Especially with
It can be there. It's a mon I've used in the past. I'm rather fond of it. It's a good mon, and this showed why. Now for game 2.
Let's see the change in leads.
I think we gotta see Ursaluna this game.
Yep. Armarouge versus Luna, yep.
And there it is, Armarouge and Ursaluna.
Ooh. You don't like to see that.
Here's the big bad Fluttermane. With the booster energy to raise its special attack even further.
Yeah, if I were to guess, Talonflame
There are a lot of variables on the field right now.
probably for Tailwind, I would imagine. Just trying to get a double knockout, either on the or trying to get Armarouge. If you get Armarouge, then Ursaluna is kind of useless here, at least speed-wise.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what item Ursaluna is running. If it's Assaultus, I think that's really bad for Matthew here, because if it's like Flame Orb or something, he can protect Ursaluna, try for Trigger with Armarouge, and hope it survives. Which I think is probably the best way to go about it right now, maybe. If he wants to stick with this lead.
Switching to Rabombi.
Interesting. And Ursaluna switches out to Alolan Sand Slash.
Ooh, Armarouge just dying.
And yeah, okay, never mind what I said, because Armarouge was not surviving anyway.
Yeah.
And out comes Jeffery to replace
Watermane is
it.
just too powerful with that Protos attack.
I like to switch into Sandslash.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you can
for
run
sure.
in a Fluttermane KO. Unless he's running like
Unless Fluttermane Terras.
Yeah, and if it Jeffrey could get skill swap once more. Or did Rabombi have taunt?
Yeah, there's a threat of that. I think
No, I didn't.
it does, yeah. But Jeffrey also has Prankster. I would think that like quashing a Fluttermane is kind of the obvious play here. There's just, and you could worry about being skill swapped after.
Yeah.
I just think you just can't let Flutter get an attack off here. I think you quash it, hit it with the most powerful steel move you got on Sand Slash.
Yeah, that's definitely the play this turn. Yep, we see the Clash coming out. What move? Yep.
And the skill swap.
Once again.
Opting go for the Rock Slide.
And
instead.
goes for Rock Slide. Doesn't
Could be a
even
flinch, though.
do half of Fluttermane's
Oh,
health.
no.
No, did he
Yeah.
not have his steel move on the Alolan Sand Slash?
Yeah, I do.
I think that kind of dooms Matthew here.
Yeah, if Matthew had a strong steel type move to use there, hopefully get the KO on Fluttermane, this could be a whole different game right now.
Yeah. An Iron Head would have meant a lot more than a Rock Slide.
I almost wonder
Yeah.
if I think Matthew was possibly running a choice item. Probably choice band, in that he didn't really want to commit to a steel type move, because then it's not really doing too much. I guess it to like Talonflame and stuff, but it still does like good damage to Rabombi. It does okay against Muskin.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could see that.
But
I still think it would be
Yeah.
worth it just
yeah,
to
it's
like
still worth the
remove
KO,
Flutter.
so you can get back into it. Yeah, once again, Jeffrey kind of no longer being able to do the funny Jeffrey things without Prankster, at least.
Yeah, and now he can't switch out too, so he's stuck with Honey Gather.
And Rabombi now has Prankster and can Prankster taunt it too. And Foul Play won't really do that much in the Flutter.
Polygon Field. Oh, Moonblast just. Oh, Chloe.
Not that it matters, because down goes Jeffrey saving Luna for last.
Play Rough doesn't pick up the KO because of the Pollen Pop.
Whoa.
Flame Orb.
Ah, there's a Flame Orb.
Terra.
There it goes, but that could signal.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that was,
That could just be that could just leave you vulnerable to a Shadow Ball now.
yeah.
Protects. Did he go for Fluttermane? Oh, we'll get skill swap. No more guns.
Oh,
Oh.
takes guts away from it.
And the burn now just absolutely cripples him. That was an absolute horrible turn
Oh
for Matthew.
man.
And now Shadow Ball's
And
probably
now,
gonna end
yeah,
it.
helping
Oh,
hit.
the next turn, I
Yeah.
guess. He's just postponing the
You know,
inevitable
just
at
a
this
bit longer
point.
with that protect.
Yeah, that looks like it will be game. Unfortunately.
Another helping hand. Yep, Shadow Ball, that'll do it. And Kawasaki with a clean 2-0.
Yeah, the skill swap
Yeah.
for Bombi is coming in clutch once more. Now
Yeah, it really pulled in numbers there.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, and I gotta say, yes, there were mistakes in that he made it in this game, but his early game positioning was very solid. There was definitely an opportunity for this game too to have a very different result. Unfortunately for him, it didn't happen. But I definitely like seeing that the opportunities were there.
Yeah, I like some of the plays. I like the way Jefferey was able to Bosch. I would have liked the Iron Head instead, but obviously with choice ban, it's a little tough to commit to, so I understand. But
Yeah.
Matthew still had very good position early game. Just he had some tough decisions to make later in the game.
For sure.
Yeah, that is our last game of this first set of matches.
Yes, thank you so much for watching, everyone.
Thank you for watching. Have a good week.
And we will see you next week.
Yeah.
Yes, Blood Moon and Cresselia against Clefairy and Ice Cube.
Trick Room has already been set up.
I'd say that was a very good turn one for Daniel.
Doing the follow me, getting the substitutes set up. It still didn't go down. It's a belly drum off. Ooh. Interesting. +4 attack.
Belly drum behind a substitute.
This Ursaluna's in grave danger here. Cresselia too, to be honest. I have more belief that it can take one hit than Ursaluna. The helping hand. Ooh, yeah, something's definitely dying.
It lives that side shock, and down goes Luna.
Yeah, I don't even think it needed the helping hand, to be honest. It probably could have followed me again.
Yeah. And out comes the Iron Hands. I'm trying to do more of my talking afterwards to like not give things away to the players. If I think of things. Fake out, but life do. Well, yeah, fake out. The most hype reaction to a fake out flinch.
Oh my god, fake out flinched! No way!
One turn remaining of Trick Room.
Penguin here kind of in a bad position now, despite having so much attack. Doesn't have protect. We'll find out soon. Goes for the follow me. Does die for the ball. Probably take a side shot. Ooh, it doesn't.
Yeah, and there's a double knockout.
Interesting. Yeah, the dazzling.
Yeah, that super effective heavy slam. Yeah, Trick Room's been replaced by... And Trick Room's been replaced by Grassy Terrain now. You on board in Nido Terra? I know Daniel's committed his Terra.
Yeah, Kyle down 2 Pokemon here, in a very solid position, all things considered, with Grassy Terrain set up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 3v2, which this ain't over yet.
Cresselia's going to be taking a lot of those.
Yeah, just under half health from Glass Ball. And that did half health of Heatran. And Trick Room is back.
Yeah, I'm guessing he was predicting Terra there. Yeah, it still did around half, which is insane.
Yeah, the Grassy Terrain let it recover a bit, so it unless it's a damage roll, it should be able to survive another Wild Charge.
Ooh, the Ice Punch!
And the Lunar Blessing from Cresselia.
Could we get the
Yeah, you got the burn, just not on who he wanted it on.
Yeah, it's just this
Although
percentage
even if
is
it was
so
on
hard
that turn realistically, that just would have been one turn of Iron Hands being in before a Lunar Blessing would have come out again.
Rev's Pokemon here on the low here. Ooh, the switch out.
Rabska.
Water.
Ooh.
So it looks like Daniel did have a right if he terrored water.
And down goes Rabska. No Revival Blessing for Daniel.
This could actually be a lot closer, but it is weak to Wild Charge now.
Yeah, and it wasn't surviving at this point regardless. It wasn't surviving a Wild Charge.
But it also means it's
Yeah, pretty much
no longer resist Dazzling.
either one opts for the fake out.
Oh!
The double knockout from
No
Weaviles!
way.
And Rev takes the game in a comeback! Very impressive.
Turn there, coming in clutch.
Yeah, honestly, instead of fake out, maybe an Ice Punch would have been better there to just get the knockout and get non-spread damage from the Dazzling Gleam onto Heatran. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh, okay, got it. I just clicked on the one battle that's available to the side. On the right side of my screen, there was still my search for the battle from when I looked it up the first time. I just clicked on that battle there. What? They rejected the open team sheets?
No way! How is he supposed to know now? Yeah, let's see what type of adaptations here that Daniel can pull off. Red with the Heat Wave dub towards the end there.
Yeah, Heatwave actually does pretty well into Daniel's team.
Yep, Ting Lu. That's what I was thinking was gonna come out here.
Same. I was thinking it too. And Rillaboom's coming out front this time instead of in the back.
Smart play, smart play. We got the follow me here. Let's see what a good old Ding Dong here can set up, or just completely grassy search through, or not grassy search.
Glide.
The funny, yeah. The funny go on the slide.
Are you guys spectating? Are you guys spectating?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, hold on. I think I know how to do it. What are the usernames?
Daniel 1018 in Reversery.
With a helping hand. Ooh, gets the knockout.
Helping getting Grassy Glide, one hit KOs Ting Lu, but Trick Room is able to be put up.
I wonder if that would have killed without helping hand.
For Blood Moon in the
it's
back.
good for assurance there. Interesting to bring out Ursaluna in front of good old Rillaboom here. Let's see what Daniel's cooking. He could Terra Normal here. Just to get rid of the weakness.
Yeah, I do like this play. I think this is a safer situation than last game where it was up against substitute Belly Drum Ice Cube.
That is true. This time it has a speed advantage, yeah. Goes to Terra. Ooh, with the protect. Oh!
And that's a one-shot. And Ursaluna's still in its top third of health after the leftovers in grassy terrain. And out comes Ice Cube as the third member for Rev. And this situation looks familiar.
Yeah, Ice Cube kind of saved the setup here. Doesn't have to worry about a Blood Moon hitting it this turn. At least not with the same move. Ooh, the protect. Oh! Ooh, with the protect. 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 Ooh, with the
Yeah, that Clefairy is getting a lot of value in this set with Follow Me.
Gets the substitute up. Let's see, does it belly drum or does it just go for the attack? Nice life, dude. Ooh, starting to set up. Predicted it. Interesting. Doesn't break the
Not
sub.
mine. That doesn't do anything to protect it from a powerful physical attack, though, which will be coming with that 4 times attack stat on Ice Q.
Yeah, Daniels just has to hope that he breaks sub before Ursaluna can get an attack off. Ooh, opts to go for the protect to break the sub first. Smart play. Nice.
Broke sub. And Trick Room and Grassy Terrain are both gone.
That does. Wait, rescue? No, I guess if it's min speed, it will be faster.
Yeah, given Daniel's team being a Trick Room team, yeah, Ice Q probably outspeeds right now.
Curious to see if Daniel brought Rapska again, or maybe switched it out, see it didn't get much value last game.
Well, we definitely saw the new addition with Ting Lu.
Ice Spinner does not KO, unfortunately. Yeah, Blood Moon takes
And
it
down
there.
goes Ice Q. One point in favor of Rev is that Heatran does not have to worry about Ting Lu anymore, since that was taken out of the equation early.
The only real threat in the back could be Iron Hands. Good old Heat Wave could do something there. Ooh, gets the burn again.
Yeah, Heat Wave in a vacuum really does well into any of the 3 mods that Daniel could have in the back.
The chip damage is going to slowly chip away at the Cresselia here. Very important. The Trick Room does get set up once more.
Yeah, man, 2 games in a row where Cresselia in particular gets hit by the burn from Heat Wave.
Goes for the helping hand, I'm guessing Heat Wave. Ooh. Oh, does not leave
But the Earth Power neutralizes it. And that Lunar Blessing gets rid of the burn while healing Blood Moon.
That was a great turn from Daniel.
Yeah, now Daniel has a 3v1 against the Clefairy with no attacking moves.
Yeah, I am surprised. Did Revs use his Terra early? I'm surprised he didn't Terra there.
Rev's Terra was not used. I mean, Rev probably just saw the writing on the wall with Clefairy not having any attacking moves.
Yeah. Good play there from Daniel. We're moving on to game 3.
But yeah, the Water Terra on Heatran might have saved it. I'm not sure though. Earth Power is still, from a Blood Moon, is still very strong.
Yeah. Moving on to game 3 here. Both teams have shown that they can definitely kill each other very quickly. It's all about positioning in this matchup.
It is interesting. We don't know what Daniel's fourth he brought to that last game is, and Rev brought the same four to both rounds so far. And Hands is leading alongside Cresselia. And Rev is going back to his game 1 lead.
Probably see a very similar turn 1 where Trick Room is set up.
Ooh, the fake.
Follow me this turn. Oh, it doesn't.
But the fake out prioritizes it, allowing Ice Face to be broken, and denying the setup of sub.
Very good turn. And very good.
I didn't realize that fake out prioritizes Follow Me.
Yeah, neither did I. Daniel must have prepped with the matchup knowing that fake out would be faster. Very smart play there. does get crit.
The crit from Dazzling Gleam puts Rillaboom under half health at the end of that turn from taking those 2 hits.
Yeah. Rev does have to be careful here, because I believe we did see that Iron Hands was carrying Ice Punch earlier. So this thing is not safe in front of Rillaboom. Goes for the heavy
Barely
slam.
lives that heavy slam.
This is the Shy Shock. Who does he want to take out? Ooh, almost gets the 1-hit KO.
Not enough though. And Rocky Helmet from Cresselia.
Oh wait, Heatran here is actually very well set up here. Just Heat Wave.
Yeah.
Content.
This Heatran is just a terror for Daniel to have to deal with.
Some classic Heat Wave misses could be the detriment of Rev here. We'll see.
Really, it depends on what Daniel has in the back.
Wild Charge predicted the Terra. Ooh, misses the Iron Hands.
And not enough to take out Cresselia either. I'm disappointed that Daniel's Iron Hands was not actually named Brian Hands.
Ooh, both live from that. Heat Wave coming out. Ooh,
Which we're not doing much. And the crit!
No burns, unfortunately, but...
Mythical naming theme, yeah. Yeah, I see that. That's cool.
The Glastrier in the bag, but Trick Room is not set up here. Heatran's still in a very good position. Does a Wild Charge knock out here? Oh, it might just barely knock it out. It might be roll dependent.
Ooh, this is close, yeah.
Ooh. This game could
30...
be brought down to damage.
It's done 36 and 37.
Yeah, it's
it
roll.
is in damage roll range.
Ooh. This could be big for either team here. This turn is very important.
Yeah, also, neither Terra has been committed yet this game. And there we go, Fighting Terra, Glastrier.
Does hit both.
But they get the crit anyway!
Ooh. Doesn't actually go for the Heatran. Oh, but the Body Press does take out the KO. Oh, and he gets his attack boost there.
Yep, that Chillin' May. Moxie just wrapped up in a different gift box.
Ah, but Rillaboom is set up here to take a free KO pretty much. And Ice Cube could be not so much free to set up.
Yeah, especially, I mean, Grassy Glide priority, and...
I guess it depends on the Terra type of Ice Cube. It could actually save itself.
Huh. Yeah, very unfortunate that the Heat Wave got a crit on Glastrier right after it got rid of the weakness.
Oh, we could be seeing Revival Blessing. Ooh!
Nice nice resist from Rabska there.
And it does live the Ice Spinner. Does not
that is heavy damage. The Life Orb is tipping away at it, though.
Looks like Daniel is revving up to bring back Cresselia from the dead.
Could be, or could be opting for a different move with it and using that as a fake out option. That is possible.
That is true. But either way, there's not much on the field that can remove Rabska in one hit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Does get the knockout here.
And goes Glastrier, and Trick Room is set up. Along with Iron Hands.
And Brian Hands here is set up to do numbers, but Grassy Glide no longer on the field. Or it just doesn't show because of Trick Room.
Yeah. This is a very interesting turn. And Revival Blessing. Turning a disadvantage around very well. For my match, I know full well how harmful an opposing Revival Blessing can be. Oh, this Ground Terra Ice Cube is facing down an Iron Hand and a Glastrier. Which, oh, Revival Blessing, that removes the Terra from being in effect? And Daniel takes the set, 2-1. Very well played by both players.